Stephen Jones said a whole lot and didn't really say much at all. Stay tuned.
What up? How about the boys? The Dallas Cowboys, that is. What up? What up? What up? How about the boys?
Hey, listen, YouTube, y'all know what it is. It's your boy T-Tom here on the Super Biased Sports Show. Place where a fan can be a fan, no matter how biased their takes are. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all the support. Now, let's dive in. Stephen Jones had an interview at the Combine, and he said a whole lot. And then it was like, what did he really say, though? He talked about the offensive line. He talked about the coaching changes. He talked about free agency. He talked about draft. He talked about the wide receiver room. A whole lot of stuff. I got a whole page full of notes, and we're just going to dive into some of it and just let's talk this through. But y'all holler at me in the comment section. Let me know if you saw this interview. Let me know what your thoughts are, and let me know what you guys. Does it make you feel good? Are you optimistic? You think it's about to be the same old, same old? Like, how do y'all see the offseason going? Like, we're getting into it. Like, the Combine started today, so you know what that means. That means that free agency is here. Like, they're talking, they're negotiating, all sorts of things. Teams have already been making cuts left and right. So there's a lot going on right now. But the offseason is happening. It is going full mode right now. So let me know what y'all thoughts are. But me, I'm going to dive into this. He started off talking about Tyron Smith. And I did a video a couple weeks ago, maybe a week or so ago, talking about how we could save cap, and we could do that by cutting Tyron Smith. But it is also an option to restructure, because I believe Tyron's cap hit is like 17, 18, 19, somewhere in there. Let me know, correct me in the comments. But I believe he's got a pretty hefty cap hit. I think it's 19 million. So for someone who hasn't played a full season in I don't know how many years, outside of being cut, like, I'm fine with keeping him by all means. Tyron Smith is a Hall of Fame, so I'm all fine with keeping him. But he's got to restructure that contract, which Stephen Jones did say Tyron seems very content to do whatever it takes to help the team. So with that being said, it sounds like they will, if not have already been in talks of the restructure, because obviously the news came out that Tyron will be back with the Cowboys. He said that Tyler Smith also is very versatile. So it's better to have options, and I'm not upset with it, especially with Tyron being hurt so much. Tyler Smith stepped in and did an amazing job this year. He's definitely a bright spot in that offensive line. And then in other news, he also said that Terrence Steele and Tony Pollard are on schedule to be available for training camp. So that's big news. A lot of people have had a lot of questions about that. Will they be ready? How are they going to look? Well, we're going to find out in training camp if they're ready, how they're looking and everything. Prayers up. Hopefully there's no setbacks, because these are two players that we do need. And he also said that we will use the franchise tag on someone, but I'm not saying who. So I don't know where that leaves us. I mean, who else is there? It's either Tony Pollard. I mean, I guess you could use it on Dalton Schultz again. But I don't know. Do they use it on like LVE or somebody? I don't really know. I don't see who we would use it on. I think it would be Tony Pollard, but he really wasn't trying to give away any of our moves, and he was saying as little as possible, but I think he was trying to give us some hope. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with the franchise tag, but it sounds like that they are going to try to get deals done with all these players, Terrence Steele, Tony Pollard. He mentioned LVE having a great season. And things like that. So that's definitely some good news, especially for them being ready for training camp. Um, will they be visiting with different agents this week? That was a lot. There's going to be talks with agents. The tag will be used. All those different things, right? One thing that really stuck out to me though with this. Sorry, I was trying to look at my notes. But one thing that really stuck out with me with this whole offense and this whole coaching staff overhaul and the changes that have been made, he said several times, we're marrying the run game with the pass game. And we all saw in the Tampa Bay game how amazing Dak Prescott looked with the play action pass. Obviously, that's how you marry the run game with the pass game. You gotta run the ball so that the play action pass sticks out and it works and they bite. But that is a strong suit for Dakota Rain Prescott. Is definitely doing that. So with Marty Schottenheimer, obviously Mike McCarthy calling the plays, we're looking at. They said that whole 15 to 20% or 20 to 30%, whatever that percentage was of changing some of the things, but really sticking to that to get the run game going. So obviously, if we're going to do that, and it sounds like Zeke is going to be back. It sounds like a hefty restructure of Zeke's contract, and I really think that it's got to be. There's no way, unless Zeke is coming down a whole lot. I just don't see any other way of Tony Pollard being back outside of that franchise tag because I can't see us paying two running backs. I just don't see it happening. But that's what I was going to say. The restructuring and talking to agents, they were asking, are they going to be talking to Dak's agents this week? And he said, there's really no plan. He said, we'll just wake up one day and it will be done in regards to doing an extension with Dak Prescott, which means that they have definitely been having conversations about it. I believe this has been a plan all along. So some type of restructuring, or I'm sorry, not restructuring, but extension of Dak Prescott's contract is going to happen. It's just a matter of when, and I'd imagine it's going to happen sooner rather than later because we need cap space. We do need it. And he also mentioned that he likes where our cap space is at. So obviously they have a plan. They're just not going to release that plan, which I'm not mad at them for not releasing the plan. I mean, you can't let all of your game plan out and let other teams, work with that. You got to keep it close to home. And I'm glad they're doing that. It just sounds like that they're going to do some things and be a little bit more aggressive this year, which I'm hoping for. We'll see because they always promise it and then they don't make any moves. But he said this was another thing that got me. The wide receiver group that we currently have is a solid group. Dramatic pause because it's really not. It's not. Michael Gallup did not look like himself. We're hoping and praying that on year two from his injury that he will get back to the Michael Gallup that we've been hoping for, but we'll see. Jalen Tolbert, they put a lot of stock and high hopes, and he just wasn't ready. Maybe in year two he'll be ready. Again, we don't know. And then outside of those names, I mean, we know what it is. CeeDee Lamb was the guy, and then everybody else didn't really, pull their weight. So I wouldn't say it's solid, but he also said we will be looking at improving in free agency. He said absolutely yes. So I don't know. There's so many players getting cut. We'll see. He said absolutely yes. So we'll be looking hard at the wide receiver room and in what ways we can improve it. So we'll see. Again, are they just talking just to talk? Is this something they're really going to do? We don't know. Hopefully, though, they do make some moves because we need wide receiver help. We need offensive line help. We need cornerback help. Obviously, linebacker, that was another thing that they talked about. Will LVE be back? We don't know. What's up with Jabril Cox? Again, he's another one coming off an injury, so we'll see what Dan Quinn's plan is. Another part that really stuck with me is the priority to keep the safety group together. Donovan Wilson, Malik Hooker, and Jaron Curse. I don't know how they're going to do it. Hopefully we pull it off. Those three guys, we need them. They were absolutely amazing for us. They've been a bright spot on our defense. And I think with them, if we can keep the safety group together, get in one of these cornerbacks out of free agency at the right price, I like the way our secondary looks. And then what does that mean for our linebackers? Do we bring back LVE? Do we bring back Barr? Do we go after Wagner? All these things are options and things. So we got a lot. And then another question that came up was CeeDee Lamb and Diggs. And he said that they are a part of the future. So maybe we'll see some extensions, some contracts with them. I don't know. We'll see. But there was a lot. There was a lot to go through. And there's some good. I don't really see any bad because, again, we don't really know the moves. But we'll see what happens. And we'll go from there. They made a lot of moves with the coaching staff, and the question came up, well, what happened? Your coaching staff looked like it was going in the right direction. He said, honestly, we just weren't satisfied. And no, none of us. They shouldn't be. We definitely, as fans, were not satisfied. And I think the changes are good. I think they will pan out and they will be helpful. But overall, I think that not only were they not satisfied with the coaching staff, but overall, I think as Cowboys fans, we're not satisfied with the entire organization. That starts with Jerry on down to the players and everybody. We were not satisfied. Yeah, a lot of blame has to go to Dak and his interceptions and whatnot, but they did not – the wide receiver room is not solid. I'm sorry, Stephen Jones, but it is not solid. And you guys did not do your due diligence when it came to the trade. You did not pull the trigger, and you should have. So, no, you guys didn't do your job as well. So, all the changes that took place, I'm excited about them. I think it's going to be beneficial to the team. We'll see what happens. But the Combine is here. It is here. Draft is around the corner. Free agency is coming up next. So, there's going to be a lot of breaking news. And let's hope that this year we're not waiting for the leftovers. I'm not saying go out on day one and overspend because I'm absolutely against that. But I don't want us to be going bargain hunting and pulling out the leftovers. Like, let's get somebody. If it's just one big name, I don't care who it is, just get somebody to help us out. I would like to see us active in free agency, though. Obviously, there's a core of guys that we need to bring back of our own. There's some guys that we can let walk. Anthony Brown, so long, bye-bye. But we got to get us a cornerback. We got to get us a wide receiver, and obviously bringing back some of our key players like a LVE, a Donovan Wilson, Terrence Steele, Tony Pollard, and a hefty restructuring of some contracts. But that's a lot. It was a whole lot, and there's still more to talk about. There will be more videos to come. But talk to me, Cowboys Nation. What are your guys' thoughts on this interview, on the Combine, on free agency, on the moves that we're going to make? Let me know what you guys are thinking. Who do we bring in? Who do we cut? Who do we restructure? All of those things. Talk to your boy in the comments section. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. And y'all know what it is. It's your boy T-Time on the Super Bias Sports Show. Hit that like button. Hit that notification bell and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate y'all.
What up?